Good afternoon everybody and welcome to the channel. Today I'm heading for Slains Castle, one of my favourite castles. It's quite local to me, so I've not come very far. I've parked up at the car park that's sort of just north of the castle, and there's a road you can go down, a sort of farm track which takes you to the castle, and that's quite short. But what I'm doing today is I'm coming along the coast, so I've just come inland a little bit and then down to the coast, and I'm going to follow that coastal path back to the castle. The reason I'm doing that is because there's a few opportunities to get some nice shots on the way. So at the moment I'm just sort of approaching the edge of the cliffs, and I can see the castle in the distance there. The weather today is sunshine and showers, and there are actually sort of some thunder and lightning forecast as well. So that should be interesting. So yeah, I'm just mind my step. I'm just getting to my first location now. So let's spin you around and see what we've got. Okay, so we've got this little inlet. We've got the water coming through the bottom of the cliffs there, and the castle perched on the cliffs in the background there. And the sky's looking really nice at the moment as well. Some nice moody clouds. As you know, I love my my moody clouds. So I'm going to get set up here, and this makes for quite a nice shot. The sea is quite rough at the moment. The tide's coming in. I think it's about 4 o'clock now, and the tide's at 4:30. So I kind of came out late on purpose, because I prefer doing these sort of cliff top shots when the tide's in. You get much better shots, let's say. So yeah, I'll get set up now, and then I'll come back to you in a few minutes. Okay, so I've got myself set up and I've got a few shots away already. I started with about 1.6 seconds just to get a little bit of movement in that water, and then I moved on and put my 10 stop ND filter on, and I've got the exposure now to 30 seconds just to get a little bit more movement, bit action in the water. So we've got this this nice sort of leading line on the right hand side bringing you in towards the castle, and then this little bit of sort of rock face on the left, just balancing the image a little bit. And with that sky, that lovely sky we've got up there at the moment, that's really making for quite a nice shot. So yeah, I've got a few shots away here. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start moving around this cliff face and along the path there, and just make my way slowly up towards the castle and see what I can find on the way there. So hopefully we'll get a few more nice shots before we get to the castle, and then see what we've got there. So yeah, looking really nice at the moment. Sky's absolutely fantastic again. So yeah, let's see what we can get. So yeah, come along with me, let's have some fun. Okay, so I've come a bit further along towards the castle now, and I've just clambered down some rocks and got myself set up on the edge here. It's quite an interesting little composition, this one. I'll just turn you around. So there you go. As you can see on the right hand side, we've got these quite light rocks here, and then these darker rocks there, which are sort of upright, kind of leading you into the photograph. And what I like about this is where the sea is coming round from the left hand side, the waves are crashing up on those rocks, and as the waves come down you get the streaks of the water. So what I've done, I've used about a 1.6 second exposure, and I've exposed when the waves are coming down. So again, you're trying to get those white streaks, which look really quite effective. So I've got a few shots like that, and now I'm back up to doing like a 30-second exposure just to get a lot more movement in the water. So yeah, it's a lovely little spot this, and in the distance there, sort of coming down, where are we? Just somewhere down there. You probably won't be able to see it because the rocks are quite dark. But there's an archway there that goes all the way down to the water, and I think it's actually a double arch. It's really difficult to get a photograph of it. I managed it once before when the tide was out. It's the only time you can get round the other side of it, but it doesn't actually make for a very interesting photograph. So, and it's too far away from here to actually get a decent shot, which is a shame because it's quite spectacular. But yeah, okay, so again we're going to move a bit closer to the castle. There's a nice sea stack just over there, which you won't be able to see from here because it just blends into the cliffside. But from the top of those cliffs there, looking back this way, when the tide's in, it's surrounded by water. It looks really quite nice. So we're going to head on over there and see what we can get. Okay, so I'll speak to you again in a minute. Okay, I've just come a bit further round, and I'm actually now looking back on where I was taking those last shots from. The sky over that way is just absolutely fantastic. You can see a bit of it's heavily laden with rain, and like I say, the forecast today was for thunder and lightning, so we've not had any yet, thankfully. So especially when I'm getting the drone up. But yeah, that's looking really nice that way. Like again, the beautiful Moody skies, so it's really good. Let's see what I've got on the camera. I don't know whether you can see that or not. No, you just got my reflection in there. Never mind, but yeah, that's looking fab. So yeah, looking round, you might even get another shot just round this way. And for that bay there, that's looking quite nice as well. So yeah, turning out to be a really nice day so far. Okie dokie. Let's see what else we can manage. Speak to you again in a minute. Okay, I followed the path along the coast again, and because of the way the land lies, I've had to actually go past the castle and then come back on myself to get onto this little spit of land to get to photograph this little sea stack. And I'll just turn you around, and we can just see it there. Yeah, lovely little sea stack. Again, I've come at a high tide, because when the tide's high, the water goes all the way around the bottom of the sea stack, so it looks a lot better that way. And as you can see there, again, the really super sky at the moment, looking really nice. So getting some nice shots here, and then we're going to move back up to the castle and see if we can get some shots of the castle as well. Okay. Okay folks, I've got some nice shots of this sea stack, so now I'm going to move up towards the castle. I've just had the drone up as well, so I've had that sort of flying around, and hopefully get some nice video footage and a few stills as well. So yeah, so that's it for here. So let's mosey on up to the castle and see what we can get there. Sun's sort of in and out all the time at the moment. It's really quite bright, so not that good, but there's plenty of clouds around, so hopefully once it drops behind the cloud we can get the camera out again. So okay, speak to you in a mo. Right, we've just come up on the castle now, so I'll take you on a trip through the castle, see what it looks like. I mean, they say this was the inspiration for Dracula. Apparently Bram Stoker stayed in Cruden Bay, which is just a stone's throw along the coast from here. He stayed there several times, and he did actually visit the castle once, and he has mentioned the castle in a couple of his other books as well. So yeah, it's quite feasible that this was the inspiration, or part of the inspiration, for Bram Stoker's Dracula. So here we go. We're just coming onto the inside now. It's really quite an amazing place, and quite big as well. Got stairways going up, all sorts. Rooms off here, there and everywhere, looking out towards the ocean. I mean, can you imagine sitting in here back in the day, looking out this big window onto that view there? Right on the edge of the cliffs. Quite stunning. Quite a place. I don't think anybody owns this either. It's just kind of left to rack and ruin. Nobody wants to take it over. I think it's too dangerous. It's obviously crumbling down, so nobody wants the responsibility of looking after it. Public liability and all that. Okay, so we're just about through onto the other side. Oh, out to the sunshine. And there you go. So I'm going to go a little bit further along here and then get some shots looking back towards the castle. The sun's behind me then, and those clouds in the background are still pretty special. So yeah, I'll get back to you in a mo. Right, I've come round to the other side of the castle now and I've got myself set up here. This is probably one of those classic shots of the castle. You've got this wall leading from the left-hand side, going across the bottom of the castle, leading you up there. And this time of the year, you've got all the sea thrift flowering, that beautiful purple flower. So yeah, it's really one of the classic shots. And with that sky we've got at the moment, I think it's just absolutely perfect. Couldn't have asked for better conditions. In fact, the sun's just dropped slightly, so I'm going to see if I can get another shot off. So yeah, I'm going to wander around a bit, see what the weather does, and see if I can get any more shots. It's really difficult to get a shot from the front of the castle because the cliff slopes down and you're looking up at it, and the further you go down, the less of the castle you see, so it doesn't actually make for a particularly good shot. So it's normally this side or the other side, but at the moment the other side we're looking into the sun, so again that doesn't make for a good shot at the moment. It's ideal for sunsets, mine, but okay, speak to you again in a minute. So guys, that's it from Slains Castle. I think I've got some really nice photographs today, and also say I've had the drone up a few times, so hopefully I've got some nice video as well, so it'll be interesting to see that once it's processed. So once again, don't forget to hit that like button, it certainly helps my channel, and also don't forget to subscribe. That way you'll get notified of my madcap adventures. So that's it for me from Slains. Bye for now, and see you again soon.